Once again. Actually seems a long time since I've been here last. It's Fabio on Kiss FM with the now legendary 12 till 2 slots that I share with the Groove Rider. It's good to be back. Kicks off the show with Creative Source and Carlito and a track called Heaven, still in your shops now. So catch it, a bad tune that reminds me of the summer. Well, I'll be playing the follow-up, Grapevine, straight after this. Also, watch out for, I've got some killers to play tonight. Brand new Alex Reese, Wax Doctor, Photech, Hidden Agenda, Blame, and so forth. Some absolutely stunning tunes around at the moment. So keep it locked. Get your tapes ready, and it's time to roll.
Original pirate style Kiss 100.
The release date on this is now imminent. An absolutely killer tune coming out on Creative Source. The TPs of this will be ready very soon. The follow-up to Heaven and Carlito's Way, a little thing called Grapevine. Big hello to James and the guys. Jazz Step coming up after 1 o'clock. So get ready. Sending that one especially to the man they call Ed Rush, who loves that tune to pieces. Coming your way very, very soon. The long-awaited sound of the follow-up to Carlito's Way and a little track entitled Grapevine. Gotta say a big hello to everyone who attended Speed last night, because it was probably the best Speed ever. It was just absolutely unreal. It was just one of them nights, like beginning of February, you're not thinking a lot of people are going to come down. It was rammed, and the atmosphere was back to 89 kind of business. It was serious last night. So a big thanks to everyone who came down and represented, as always. As I said before, I've got loads and loads and loads of new stuff, so I'll be flicking through things rather quickly tonight. Be saying hello to loads of people as per usual. Music doing the talking. It's Fabio, 12 till 2. It's Kiss.
Kiss, 100% stamina. Nobody can funk for longer. Nobody.
And it's hard to believe that January has already passed away. We've got Christmas around the corner again, basically. And not forgetting Valentine's Day. Gotta say a big hello to my engineers in the place, Stevie and Jason. Yeah. Jason, forthcoming garage star for 96. You should have been an ideal face when they do them 96 things, like who's going to be the big DJ. I put my money on Jason. I really do. This is the sound of Funky Technicians. A track entitled Airtight. In the jazz step, watch out for a killer tune from the Q Project, Massive. Sending this one out to LTJ Bookham, Conrad, and the rest of the good-looking crew. sound of Airtight, and that's the remix from the Funky Technicians. I think the TPs of that will be out next week. General release on that in about a month and a half's time. Got to say hello to all the Oxford Massive. I was down at Oxford on Sunday night for an excellent session at the Coven. 12:30 till 2 was a bit late for me on a Sunday night, but the crowd really made it worthwhile. So saying hello to all the Oxford crew. Not forgetting Robert, whose night it was. It's no problem, Jason, just put the jingles in, mate. It's not a problem with me, you know. Let's do it big breakfast style, you know. Excellent. Also got to say that the drum and bass net is spreading very wide at the moment. Leeds, Manchester, Oxford, all around England now. We're just spreading the gospel. And not forgetting Europe and Japan and Australia. This year is going to be the biggest year for drum and bass. And a big respect and big up to the Goldie selling 100,000 copies of Timeless, winning a Brat Award, grabbing photographers by the testicles and all that superstar stuff. Easy, Goldie. Gotta say hello to Goldie and secret lady friend. Anyway, time to move on. It's Kiss. It's Fabio. It's 12:20.
Kiss 100% stamina. Nobody can funk for longer. Nobody.
DJ Digital and a track entitled Space. Also got a remix of Space Funk, Chapter 3, so listen out for that one. Right, time to make the station a bit of money. Back after that with something from DJ Crust. Spreading the vibe. Here's something on the deep tip from DJ Crust, one of my favorite producers. Little thing entitled One Last Memory.
That is truly
going out to all the Metalheads Blue Note crew. Ryder will be representing down there this coming Sunday, so get there early for another roadblock session. Yes.
that is truly a weakness, a weakness, a weakness, a weakness. When it becomes a friend, it shows compassion. Memory. that is truly a weakness, a weakness, a weakness, a weakness. If it becomes a friend, it shows compassion.
Excellent tune, the sound of DJ Crust. That's coming out on Full Cycle Records.
Memory.
A tune entitled One Last Memory. Do you remember Innovation presenting Sweat, the first birthday party? And that's happening at the Island down there in Ilford. And that's Saturday the 9th of March.
The kindness that is truly.
And DJs on the night will be myself, Randall and Hype back-to-back, Groove Rider, Swift and Zinc, Dr. S. Gachet, Chemistry and Storm,
It becomes a friend.
Zinc and Ash back-to-back, Demolition Crew, and also DJ Rap. In the garage and house room will be Rude Boy T, no, Rude Boy Rupert, Chrissy T, DJ Care, Mikey B, and JC. Tickets in advance will be £13.50. So catch that, catch Sweat, the first birthday party, Innovation. Big hello to Funky and Sinead. Every time. It's Fabio on Kiss. Coming up at 1. The jazz step, and I've got some serious jazz tonight. There's something from the Wax Doctor coming out on R&S Records, a remix of one of my old-time heroes, Frank DeWolf, a renowned techno artist. This is a remix, don't know what it's called, but it's bad. Big hello going out to Wax. A few other stunners coming up from Wax Doctor in the Jazz Step section.
Original pirate style Kiss 100.
100% music. Music. 100% music. Sound of the legendary Wax Doctor. That is a bad, bad, bad tune. Coming out on RNS. Big hello going out to Paul Wax Doctor, who I met in a pub about 2 weeks ago, about Thursday afternoon, and I'm not a man who really drinks. I used to drink and can't really hack it no more, and in the space of about 15 minutes he down about 6 pints, and I was sitting down there with a glass of Coke and he was just he couldn't believe it. Neither could anyone else in the pub, I think. Me, glass of Coke, fizzy orange, I'm safe, mate, believe it. But that guy can drink, man, believe it. Going out to Wax Doctor and Alex Reese, who's just as bad, to be honest. But going out to them too. Watch out for them too this year. They'll be killing it, believe me. Both of them got albums coming out. Representing, no doubt. Boy, you should have said that.
music.
Sending that one out to Leo. Leo from Speed. Easy, Leo. One of two remixes out of Space Funk. There's a harder Amen mix out that I'll probably play next week. And that's the blissed out version. Coming out on Timeless Records. Big thanks and hello going out to DJ Lee and all of those representing down there at Basement Recordings. Not forgetting Phil, Lance and the rest of the crew. Also a big hello going out to Katie from the Groove Connection. Also once again a big hello going out to the Speed crew. All those that attend every single week. Sending a big hello going out to Blame, the Q Project, Quiff and Spinback, Deep Blue, Rob Playford, Troy, Dave Roberts, Tamsin, Right, one more before the legendary Jazz Step. Time to go back in time. And a tune that when I first heard it, it was in the middle of a very dark phase for music, and I heard this tune and I was playing at Universe. I think that was somewhere down in Wales, 10,000 people there. And I put this tune on as the first tune, and the response was, well, I'll never forget it. And as soon as you hear the first few notes, you'll remember. And the word classic gets bandied about a lot nowadays for tunes that don't deserve it. This tune definitely does. Sending this one out to everybody involved in the scene, whether you're a junglist, whether you're a drum and bassist. We're all under the same roof at the end of the day. And this is one of them tunes that does cross each and every border. What a man used to call a tune. You're listening to Kiss, aided in the studio tonight, of course, by Steve and Jason. Easy. We're on a roll, and it's still only 1 o'clock.
London's 100% more music station.
Sound of LTJ Bookham, the track entitled Music, and there's a possibility of a remix of Music and a remixing of Horizon coming your way sometime this summer. That is something to look forward to. Well, summer's something to look forward to be honest. And I mean, it's cold outside, but when you hear the news and it's parts of America that are minus 57, I mean, that is just like, can't even imagine how cold that is. Serious. I mean, 14 degrees is too cold for me, really. Hot-blooded male, you know the score. You know, it's... Time to get into the jazz step. We're rolling here on Kiss 100. Fabio taking you through till 2.
What I call 100% music. 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 Music.
roll that break quite like Rupert can. The sound of Photek, and that is Photek 6. Photek 6 or 7. And I think a release date will probably be early spring for that one. But that is an absolutely deadly tune. Rolling out some Pharaoh Sanders, yeah. I know the score there, Rupert. And a tune entitled Pharaoh. It's the Jazz Step with Fabio until 2. No doubt. Sending that one out to my sister and Peter down there in South London. Also a big hello going out to Lemon D and Dillinger. South London massive. Not forgetting Source Direct. Jim and Phil. too hectic, just running it smooth until 2. So if you like your beats busy and fussy and loud, so you better switch off. It's not going to be like that. Time for the ad break. Back after that with one of my favourite tunes from the tail end of last year, Flytronics. See you in a minute.
Innovation returns on Saturday the 9th of March at the Island Music Arena in Ilford, Essex. Innovation returns on Saturday the 9th of March for their first birthday party, a night of pure music and pleasure. Innovation returns on Saturday the 9th of March. Stay tuned to the station for more information. Innovation is brought to you by EHM Productions.
Pass the vibes. 19 seriously smooth grooves.
Gotta run for shelter, gotta run up a shade.
Including Coolio, LV, Warren G, and Ski Low. Spread the word. Pass the vibes. Out now on CD and cassette.
A bit of wear and tear and bacon and sausage and spaghetti on this tune. This tune's been played to death, believe me. Sound of Flytronics and a tune entitled Into Deep. Going out to Sarah. You know it. It's Fabio on Kiss until 2. Talking absolute madness. I'm playing the music I love.
Now that's what I call 100% music.
Kiss 100% stamina. Nobody can funk for longer. Nobody. 100% back to back in the mix. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Am into that tune so badly. The sound of Flytronics, proper business, proper chords, proper sounds. That tune's fixing, believe it. Sending that one out to Sarah, cause you know. Sending it out to all the people that know. Everyone on the collective vibe at the moment. Big hello also going out to the man they call the Jack Frost, Brian G and all those representing down there at V Records, no doubt. Also a big hello going out to the Mike Maestro, the man they call Cleveland Watkins. A big hello to Cleveland. A tape will be coming your way soon, Cleve, because you're getting bugged out, I know it. It's Fabio, it's Kiss, it's the Jazz Step.
Original pirate style. Kiss 100.
As far as remixes go, this is another absolute killer. From the Wax Doctor, a remix of Kid Caprice, world exclusive.
100% music.
Wax Doctor with a superb remix of Kid Caprice. That one's going out to Raph and Cliff. Haven't seen you guys for a couple of weeks. Where are you, Raph? It's Fabio on the jazz step. No more ads. So we're just rolling through until 2. I'll be representing once more next week. And then the week after that, you've got the mighty, great Groove Rider.
Original pirate style. Kiss 100.
out to DJ Clarky and the rest of the crew down there in Kennington. Also, all of those that represent down at Black Market, Nicky Black Market, and not forgetting Ray Keith, and not forgetting the Dave Piccioni. Remember, keep it locked, keep it underground, keep it Kiss. The sound of Hidden Agenda coming out on Creative Source. Something deep, something smooth. Right, taking the pitch up to funk level. Sending this one out to Colin Dale. Not forgetting Trevor Dale. And my old soul crew. Also a big hello going out to Chris, Jam Master C, from back in the days of Phase 1. Gotta say a big hello to all the ex-Phase 1 DJs doing well for themselves at the moment, including Dave Angel, Commander B, Booker T, Phase 1 crew. And not forgetting Groove Rider, of course. Watch out for a speed all-nighter coming your way. At the moment, the location is under wraps. But that's a speed all-nighter coming up sometime in March. And that's going to be a classic. Not forgetting the end. A party for the Promised Land series. And that's a series of mixtapes coming your way soon. The first one by LTJ Bookham. And I will be doing the second phase of that mix. And there's a big party at the end. The date escapes me at the moment, but hold on, I've got the guys on the case. Right,
Now that's what I call 100% music.
Got it sorted. So it's the official launch party for the Promised Land series at the end, and that's on the 13th of February. And that's a Tuesday night. And representing on that night will be myself, Groove Rider, DJ Trace, DJ Taylor, and not forgetting LTJ Bookham with MC Conrad on the mic. Also, Innovation presenting Sweat at the Island Ilford, and that's on the 9th of March with the very best in drum and bass and house and garage DJs. And that's the first birthday party. And something a bit closer to home on Sunday, the Blue Note Club down there in Hoxton Square. With Groove Rider, and don't forget myself and Groove Rider at Speed in 2 weeks' time, and that's all night, and that is going to be a serious session. Back to the music. Creative Source once again, Q Project, Planet Vibe. that went out to Wayne and all the crew down there in Bournemouth. Wally, good to see you guys last night. Right, one more bit of club information. Back to 92 presents Freedom to Dance, and that's at the Club UN. The DJs on the night for that will be Kenny Ken, Slipmat, Rob Blake, Colin Favor, Nicky Black Market, Fantasy, and MCMC. In Arena 2 will be Double J and